Hi, everybody, and Happy New Year. I'm Bill Brennan, welcoming you to another edition of Honolulu on the Move, the show that brings you the latest news and information about the Honolulu Rail Transit Project. There was a lot of progress and momentum on the project during 2015, and 2016 promises to be another exciting year for the rail project. With me today to discuss the construction and a look ahead at what 2016 will bring is HART's Deputy Director of Construction, Tom LeBeau. Tom, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Bill, and thanks for having me.
Sure.
Pleasure to be here.
Good. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, so that the viewers can get to know Tom LeBeau.
Well, again, I've been on island now for about 18 months. Previous to that, I have 20 years of experience in the rail transportation industry, specializing in large-scale mass transit passenger rail programs. I've had the pleasure of working on large projects in both Los Angeles, California, Chicago, Illinois, on into South Florida, and most recently coming here from North Texas, where I had the opportunity with a couple of systems there, 3 different systems with Dallas Area Rapid Transit, as well as the Denton County Transportation Authority. So I come here with a lot of experience on the capital expansion and build out, and excited to be part of the program.
From what you've seen so far with the project, we're building 20 miles, 21 stations. It's a pretty big project. It's a pretty expensive project. Tell us where we stand right now, construction-wise, and kind of where we're heading, the general direction.
Well, you opened the show with a brief statement about the progress that was made in 2015.
Yes.
I would say it's been tremendous to see where we've come from January 1st of 2015 to now heading into January 1st of 2016. We've made a tremendous amount of progress, especially coming from west to east, which is the way the program and the project lays out. We have 2 large-scale design-build projects that make up the west side. Actually 3. One of them is our Rail Operations Center, which we can talk about. But 2 Guideway design-build contracts. The Farrington contract, otherwise known as the Wolf contract, runs from East Kapolei, and it goes all the way to roughly the Acacia Road, Sam's Club area of Pearl City.
Right.
From there, the Kamehameha Highway contract picks up and goes down the Kamehameha Highway corridor and then ties in and ends at Aloha Stadium. Those 2 projects have made fantastic progress. The other project that we have is a large design build project, actually our Rail Operations Center, which for those of you at home driving by, you can actually see it sandwiched in between Leeward Community College and Waipahu High School.
Right.
There you see a lot of tremendous work coming out of the ground, especially buildings and a lot of infrastructure and track work being laid. But for the most part, the progress really that people can see is our Guideway contracts. And if you look at what's been going on out in the Kapolei area,
Yes.
out through Waipahu and down through Farrington Highway, we have over 5 miles of Guideway now erected and in the air. Some of the fantastic progress that we've made includes the fact that here coming into 2016, we have, as of today, only 2 of our drilled shaft foundations left, with over about 280 foundations that we had to do in the ground.
And that's along the Farrington Highway section.
Just the Farrington Highway section.
Right.
Absolutely,
right,
just
yeah.
the Farrington Highway section.
So we're done.
Well, we still have a ways to go,
Yes.
but we are making significant progress. Again, the columns are up in the air. The actual bridge structure, the guideway structure is up in the air. Like I said before, over 5 miles now in the air, which includes a significant amount of work on that Farrington contract at the Balance Cantilever location, which is the H1, H2 merge area. A significant amount of progress there. And in fact, just in the last couple of weeks, we've actually closed up or done our closure pour on actually 2 of the other segments. The one that's landing on the LCC, Leeward Community College side,
Right.
as well as the one that's just town-bound, Diamond Head bound, from the H2 split going towards Mililani. So we've finished that closure. Now we're actually starting with the last 2 real segments of the Balance Cantilever to actually tie it into the guideway that is already erected there going down onto Kamehameha Highway. So fantastic amount of work. The Rail Operations Center, sandwiched between Leeward Community College and Waipahu High School, Mackay side of the road. If you're driving Evabound, you can look and see the buildings coming out. We've got a large operation services building facility which is nearing completion. A smaller wheel truing building. We actually have a car wash facility that we're building right now.
Yeah.
Train wash. We call it a train wash. It's actually your local car wash, much larger.
Right.
So we have a tremendous amount of track work that's down, maintenance of way buildings and those types of things. Everything we need to actually support the system. Being here on the island of Oahu, out here in the middle of the Pacific, holds its challenges on the maintenance side. So our facility had to be designed in such a way to really incorporate all the aspects of actually operating and maintaining the system on its own.
Right.
Sending things and shipping things back to the mainland or overseas somewhere to be fixed is just not as cost effective. Not saying that there might not be some of that, but as much as we can reduce that by keeping everything at our rail operations center, the better. So that facility has made fantastic progress. Actually, the facility, major construction on the facility will be completed at the end of this calendar year, and we'll be wrapping up after the first of the year. So I anticipate substantial completion of the rail operations center in the April-May timeframe, and then we'll be closing that project out. And that is just in time for our vehicles to get here. The rail vehicle, the Ansaldo Breda vehicle, will arrive end of the first quarter of 2016, which is exciting news as well.
Yes.
We'll be assembling that vehicle here, then starting to test it, and then the citizens of Oahu will actually see the vehicle then running down the guideway in a testing mode as we get ready to open up service. Coming Diamond Head bound as well, you get onto the Kamehameha corridor, where we have the next large design build project that we're doing. The same type of work that you see on Farrington, although it's in a much more dense area,
Yes.
obviously.
Yes.
As we get to town, I know you're familiar with some of the challenges we have with traffic and noise and those types of things that we try to stay on top of regularly. And but we've made significant progress there. A large part of this past year in 2015 was spent trying to get the utilities out of the way in that corridor.
And that's a big undertaking.
Oh, huge.
Yeah.
Huge undertaking. And a lot of that work can only be done at night. As everybody knows at home, and we are sensitive here at HART, is that Kamehameha Highway is an arterial corridor into town.
Sure
and we recognize that.
Yes.
We also recognize that we're an inconvenience to people out there, so we're trying to do everything we can to try to mitigate traffic, mitigate noise, and those types of things. But a lot of that utility work has to be done at night. Otherwise,
why is that? Because I do get some calls. Can't you do this during the day?
Just a few, right?
Right.
Well, that's primarily because of traffic.
Yes.
Because of the
We have to take.
because of the town-bound commute in the morning.
Right.
We have to take so many lanes to be able to trench through the road, relocate utilities, remove existing utilities, transfer them other places, as well as relocating aerial utilities as well. All of that takes room within the roadway. So in order to minimize that traffic impact, we try to do all of that work at night. Unfortunately, that creates an environment where we're trying to be as noise conscious as we can.
Right.
We're trying to mitigate noise. We're not perfect,
Right.
but we have to do the work at night.
Yes.
It's the best time to do it. It's the best time for the traveling public to do it. So we're continuing to make progress. The utilities are nearing completion there, which is why in 2015, the latter part of this year, you really saw the foundation drilled shaft production pick up on Kamehameha Highway.
Right.
And I'm happy to report we really started, I would say, June, July timeframe with our drilled shaft production. And our contractor has made some significant headway. They're actually nearing 50% complete of all of the drilled shaft foundations on Kamehameha Highway.
That's excellent.
Just in 6 months.
Yeah.
So.
And we're starting to see the columns come along there
Exactly.
too, yes.
The columns are starting to come up out of the ground now, which is really the tangible thing that the public can now see.
Yes,
right?
yes.
They see us out there with a lot of equipment, and then we move on with a drilled shaft, and you really can't see what's left behind. But
Right.
now that the columns are coming through, and Right now, we've got columns as of today up to Waimanahome Road and Kamehameha Highway, which is exciting to see. And we have one of our trusses, which does the segment erection, basically sets the big bridge structure on the columns. Right now, the plan is within the next 2 weeks, it will actually be on the Kamehameha corridor now, starting to erect the guideway in Kamehameha.
Wow.
So that'll be the first heading.
Yes.
And then we anticipate in 2016 to have 2 more headings, truss headings. As everybody knows, we've had 3 on the Farrington contract. So 1 now is coming over to Kamehameha. The next 2 will be over on the Kamehameha corridor by April of 2016. And at that point, the contractor will start serious segment erection down the Kamehameha corridor. So,
And you expect that to go along pretty well? Because that's a pretty straight shot, yes?
Yes. I expect our biggest challenge on the Kamehameha corridor is trying to balance traffic demand for the roadway as with construction. That is one of our most significant and largest challenges there as we get ready to get into segment erection. A lot of that work too is done at night because you've seen how large those segments are.
Yes.
They come in and they take up virtually the road, so we're going to have to take some lanes in order to bring them in on a lowboy trailer and then crane them up and set them. So
and
it'll be an overnight, similar to Farrington.
manner. I mean, safety is the number one thing we look for, which
paramount.
is why we do
Absolutely.
some of that at night. Yeah.
Absolutely
Yes.
paramount. So, so I anticipate right now the contractor is setting roughly 5 and on an average of 5 to 6 spans a week. So I anticipate, because the alignment is very straight, as you put it, on the Kamehameha corridor, I anticipate some very, very good progress as we get into segment erection and span by span placement. So it's exciting. One of the other things we're doing that I think a lot of people don't realize is we have a second balanced cantilever location.
Yes.
So the work,
I think some people are out there scratching their heads and looking at it and say, what is this, right?
You can actually see it, them forming it as you drive down H1 now. So where H1 crosses Kamehameha Highway, their Pearl City area, Pearl City, Aiea, kind of that split there, we are now forming what we call the pier table on the top for our next balanced cantilever segment. It's smaller than the H1, H2 split area, but it is the same type of construction. So that's another thing in 2016 that the public will see. They will see another balanced cantilever type construction method going over H1 in that location.
Right.
So
I think that was the balanced cantilever work at H1, H2 this past year was kind of the most visible, the most impressive kind of thing for the public to see. You know, because they may not get to those sections of Kapolei or Waipahu where we're doing some of the work, and a lot of that happened here in the last few months. But that building over the freeway was really something to see. Very impressive.
It is impressive. It's really a feat of engineering, really, the way it's designed to balance itself as we cast in place concrete segments on either side and cantilever it out over the road.
Right.
It's a feat of engineering. Our contractor has done a very good job. The quality's been right on point. So we're pretty happy with the way that the balanced cantilever has actually come together and been designed and constructed. So, and we expect the same level of quality and safety that goes into the second area too. So, so we'll be in coordination with TxDOT on a few of their projects that they've got going on too. They have a zipper lane restriping project that they're going to be doing. So we're in close contact with HDOT to make sure that we minimize the impact and keep the area safe for the traveling public. That's the number one goal.
Yes, has to be.
So anyway, there's so much that has happened in 2015. It's an exciting program, but for everything that's happened in 2016. Or 2015, 2016 is going to prove to be even more exciting.
Yeah.
So we have awarded 2 of our 3 stations contracts on the west side.
Yes. So we're going to start seeing the building of stations in
we
2016?
will start seeing the building of stations in 2016. NAN Inc. was awarded the West Oahu Station Group,
Right.
which is the East Kapolei station at the Kroc Center. They're out in Kapolei, then the station at UH West Oahu, as well as the station out at Ho'opili. Hawaiian Dredging Construction Company was awarded the contract for the Farrington Highway Station Group, which are the stations along Farrington, which would include our Westlock station right there at Farrington and Leoko Street.
Right.
And then
By Don Quixote.
by Don Quixote,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
right there. And then the Waipahu Transit Center station
Right.
at Waipahu Depot Road, right in that neighborhood
Yeah.
right there. And then also the Leeward Community College station.
Right.
So we will see those 6 stations also coming out of the ground, and a lot of exciting stuff going on there, as well as we are getting ready to award here shortly after the first of the year in 2016 the Kamehameha Station Group, which would include the Pearl Highlands Station. They're just Eva side of Sam's Club and Acacia Road,
Right.
there, and then Pearl Ridge Station near Pearl Ridge Mall,
Right.
and then Aloha Stadium Station.
Right.
So all 3 of those stations as well will start to come out of the ground in 2016.
Wow. It's going to
So-
be a great year.
It's going to be a fantastic year.
Yes.
And it's going to be a year of citizens really being able to, see it
Yes.
in reality
Yeah.
for the first time.
Right,
you know?
right.
And I think it'll be exciting. It'll be exciting to see the stations being constructed and people understanding then where they're going to be able to get on and off rail. And,
Right. And they'll see the car being tested.
They'll see the car
It's
being
going to
tested.
be a great year.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. We have some photos of some of the
Sure,
construction that
sure.
you talked about.
Yeah.
I'd like to share with our viewers.
Absolutely.
We started, as you mentioned, moving from East Kapolei in, and I think this is out there right near where the East Kapolei station at Kroc
Correct.
Center will be.
Correct. This is one of our CPIR locations, so we actually have a double track section through there rather than a single track bridge.
Okay.
You see some of our column work actually coming up to Fort Weaver Road. Again, some more out at the East Kapolei station. And you can see the 2 bridge structures side by side there. So East Kapolei will actually have a center platform
Uh-huh.
rather than a side platform.
I
yes.
see. Okay.
Yeah,
This is
our aesthetic columns that you see there have been one of those things that we really highly tout. Our contractor's done a fantastic job. The detail that goes into our aesthetic columns is superb. And for those that don't know, there's an Arts and Transit program that HART is part of in an effort to increase the art along the system. Each station has its own theme, so the columns at each station is a theme that is selected for the surrounding area.
Right.
So, and you can see the detail. The detail is.
I get a lot of compliments
amazing.
on those, yes,
Yeah.
from people.
It's hard to believe that is done out of concrete.
Yes.
So.
In fact, I had one caller ask me if we could put some more of those at places where the stations aren't, just
Well,
because they look so nice. You know,
right.
he'd like to see every column have
Right.
that kind of
Well,
thing.
and as we get into town too with the next contracts, my understanding the design is going to allow for more of those as it aesthetically gets into town. so.
Excellent. The
So
aerial view is impressive.
The aerial view is impressive, and now as you're flying in and out of Honolulu International Airport, you can actually start to see the system, which is fantastic. Again, coming up to north-south Fort Weaver Road right there
Uh-huh.
with some of our column work. We're actually
That
over
was also
now.
pretty impressive to build up and over the Fort Weaver Road.
It was.
overpass there.
It was. It took a lot of coordination with HDOT as well and others to make sure that went safely. We ended up closing down parts of Fort Weaver Road in order to safely place the segments
Yes.
and detour traffic, and it went very, very well.
And we use cranes to lift those heavy segments up there, yes?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And actually, a lot of people don't realize the crane actually moves with the guideway. So it stays up on top of the guideway and it walks down the guideway as a new span is placed. After it places a new span, it actually moves down onto that new span for the next span. So it just continues to walk with it. Some pictures over Fort Riva Road again.
Right, coming into Waipahu town
Yes.
there. Yeah.
And you can see we're getting into a little bit more densely
Yeah, there's more
populated
cars
area,
on the road
more
there.
cars on the road.
Yeah.
And the construction has just, it's gone fantastic. You know, for all intents and purposes, we've had, you know, traffic challenges and some roadway challenges, but we continue to make very, very good progress. So it's coming down into nearing St. Joe's School, and then this is the other heading, which is out near Waipahu High School. Actually, this is an EVA-bound heading that we started, which will meet up at the Waipahu station with the first heading coming out of the farm field and down Farrington.
So we'll
going
meet in the
Diamond
middle,
bound.
basically,
Meet
right
in the
there
middle.
of Farrington Highway.
Correct.
By Mokuola Street, or where that
Yes.
Waipahu Transit Center
Correct.
station will be. And this is the
Rail
Rail
Operations
Operations
Center.
Center, as you mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah, the Rail Operations Center is really coming up out of the ground, and some of the buildings that we are building, that happens to be the Maintenance of Way building. There's the Operations Services building. And it's interesting that the construction is going by so fast, even our pictures seem to be outdated
already.
just a little bit.
Yeah,
because some of these
right.
pictures, the building is significantly further along now.
Yes.
So, like I said, major construction of the Rail Operations Center will be completed by the end of this calendar year, and we will be in a finalized punch list closeout type phase for about 6 months after the first of the year. So.
You know, there at the MSF we saw, or the Rail Operations Center, we saw some track on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
There's also track going on top of the guideway, too,
Correct.
isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would assume for your next show you might have some of those pictures, but we actually have probably about 2 miles of track actually on the guideway structure out the farm field area and then coming out onto Farrington Highway. So a significant amount of track work actually going on the guideway as well. So which is an achievement. So this is balance cantilever. Again, the pier table. This is for the H1 H2 split.
Right
there, the merge.
These are some older photos.
Some older photos. So this is the same type of construction that the viewers and the citizens will see as we do the same type of balance cantilever construction over the H1 section that crosses Kamehameha Highway. So right there near Waiau Power Plant, you'll see this same type of traveler construction.
And when do you expect that will be about?
We are forming up what we call the pier table, the starting point for those. I would see probably March timeframe. That construction will really start going in a serious fashion, where the equipment over the existing balance cantilever that you see here on your screen will end up being then transferred over to there and start with that construction work. So this is the Pearl Highlands Station area. Some of the column work there.
That's a
and
great
then
photo.
that's our other heading. This heading actually right now is now down on nearing Kamehameha Highway. So this will be the first truss that actually starts erecting segments on Kamehameha Highway.
So we're looking from west to east in this photo.
In this photo here, we're looking from west
Pearl
to east.
Highlands there.
Pearl Highlands, looking Diamond Head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Right.
Yeah.
So here we are getting ready to come over the ramp, the Waipahu ramp there off of Kamehameha Highway. It is an incredible sight out there, and I encourage the viewers and the citizens of Oahu to actually drive and see it, but at the same time do it with caution and be safe. And continue as our slogan is to look ahead but not overhead. And but you can still experience what we're doing out there in a really big way by looking at Farrington and Kamehameha Highway.
And what is this we're looking at here finally?
This is the second balance cantilever location.
Right.
So these are a bit more recent pictures.
Yes.
So this is where we will do the same method of construction. This is the pier table construction for the balance cantilever going over H1 at Kamehameha Highway.
And we mentioned delivery of our rail vehicles early next year, first quarter or so.
I think this is a picture of the model that our car builder, Ansaldo Breda, had presented to our board at the last board meeting.
Right.
And it is going to be exciting to see that vehicle finally show up. And people will be able to actually see something moving on the tracks the latter part of next year that they've seen a mock-up for in Kapolei for some time.
Have you been to the plant in Pittsburgh, California?
I have not. I have not.
We'll have to go.
We'll have to go.
Yes,
right.
and see our cars.
Right. We'll have to go. Absolutely. You know, Bill, I just want to say I've done this for 20 years, and I've worked in regions all over the country, and I don't know of a region that needs transit more than this island.
Yes.
Outside of maybe the Northeast, where it's densely populated, in New York, Boston, those types of environments, which are completely different. But this is something that will forever change the face of how people travel on Oahu, and it's going to be a huge benefit.
Yes,
so,
no doubt in my mind.
no doubt.
Tom LeBeau, thanks so much for sharing everything
Thanks
with
for
us.
having me. I appreciate it.
With the look ahead for 2016 in our construction.
Absolutely.
Okay. And on behalf of all of us on the project team, mahalo for joining us today, and we'll see you again next time for another edition of Honolulu on the Move.
If you have a question you'd like us to answer on our next Honolulu on the Move show, go ahead and hit us up on Twitter or Facebook. Just two of the places where you can stay informed with up-to-date information on the Honolulu Rail Transit project. And you can view our latest project videos on our YouTube channel. If you'd like more information on the project, or would like a presentation to your group or organization, give us a call at our project hotline at 566-2299, or contact us via our website at honolulutransit.org. You'll be able to keep up with the latest news and information about the project, important meeting dates, times, and locations, and examine the official documents that are guiding the project's planning and construction. Take some time to visit honolulutransit.org.